What's good, everyone? My name is Zach, and welcome to the Cult Front. And today we're going to talk about Wolfman. It's the first film I got to see in 2025, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. Disappointed overall with what I saw. Now, if you don't know, Wolfman was directed by Leigh Whannell. If you don't know who Leigh Whannell is, think original Saw, the first Saw movie, written by Leigh Whannell. Leigh Whannell acted in it, and it was directed by James Wan, which, if you've heard that name, you should, because he's created the Conjuring franchise, and he's been involved with a lot of stuff since then. Now, Leigh Whannell was kind of off my radar. I wasn't real big into who he was or what he was doing until The Invisible Man came out a few years ago, which was one of my favorite films of that year. And it was one of my favorites because it did such a good job of being thrilling and scary, but having such a tight script and really good writing. And I never could figure it out. I felt like I was enthralled in it, and I liked the characters, and it was just such a fresh take on a concept like this. So whenever he was getting his hands on a werewolf film and Wolfman, I was pumped because I'm a sucker for monster flicks. I really dig that genre, and I really haven't seen werewolf movies before done to where they're not just like horror, where there's something else. And that was what Leigh Whannell did so well with Invisible Man, is it wasn't just a horror or a thriller flick, it was something else. It was dramatic, and it was a mystery, and it had twists and turns that were earned, and it was just really smartly written. So I was like, oh man, we get a guy with that much talent and skill directing Wolfman. And then I get into Wolfman, and I don't know what happened or what they were thinking. Now, let me be clear. There was some good to it. The practical effects, the him turning into really, it's not even a wolf. I don't want to spoil anything, but he turns in from guy to really hairy, rabies-ish guy. I get what they were going for, but some of the changes, the bones cracking and changing, and some of the senses that they're trying to evoke with the camera work were very well done. It was strange because you could tell this is a really well made bad movie. As in, like, the camera work in and of itself and the practical effects, they're all practical. There's no like CGI blood or gore or anything here. It's all real stuff, which makes it squeamish. There's plenty of scenery, really made me squirm in my seat, but that all kind of falls flat if that's all that you have. And that's all this movie had. It was a real weird experience because I feel like I was watching a B movie with like a really shiny skin on it, and it's like everything The Invisible Man was so good at, this movie is so bad at. And it doesn't, I don't know, the script, it felt like the rough draft of what might have eventually been a good script. This is 80% transformation film. It's 80% the body horror and the horror of turning into this other thing, some of this could be personal preference, but if you're me, the interesting thing about lycanthropy and werewolves is the thought that a relatively good man could turn into something and do something terrible, but he wouldn't remember it. Like that's the fascinating thing to me. And just to cut to the chase, the plot of this film is over within a night. It takes place in a night, and I get the concept of this idea if he's not a werewolf, but whenever, like, the thing that differentiates a werewolf from like a zombie is they change with under the moonlight and they turn back, and they have no recollection of what they did. And so all the intrigue is inherently stripped from the film itself because this all resolves in a night. So all of that cool commentary, all that cool provoking thought over what did this horrible thing happen is just kind of gone, and not to mention the fact that these characters are not likable. They feel like cardboard cutouts. I guess the actors and actresses do okay. They're not like inherently bad. I think they're just not given anything to work with. The father, I think what the film wants us to think is the father has some inner darkness or inner wolfness in him that he inherited from his father. I feel like that's what they're trying to portray. But if you're me, everything that they try to make you hate the father for, you like totally get, where the dad's coming from. Is he a little overbearing? Oh yeah, but is he like inherently evil? No. And is his son evil for some of the things? It's like some of the things he overreacts with, like trying to protect his daughter. I feel like, yeah, he should be reacting that way to an extent. I don't know why he's apologizing for that or being that way. It's like the movie wants you to think he's got this inner, like, he's got like this Bruce Banner type relationship with his inner darkness, and you just don't buy it. Not to mention the fact that that I guess his daughter's fine. She's cute. She's a little girl, but is there anything inherently special with their relationship? I think that they tried to do a little something there. Didn't work for me. I didn't buy it. And the big sticker for me is the mother figure or the wife is just horrible character. It's just, she's not a bad person, but she's a potted plant. She doesn't do anything. I don't know, like, what the purpose, like what the character arc is supposed to be for her and her daughter. It felt like a lot of that character growth is totally just not even explored. You don't buy into her relationship with her husband. And whenever you don't buy the relationship of characters in essentially a bottle film where they're trapped and you have to be with them this whole time, it takes a lot of the gas out of the movie. There are some good tense spots, but they're just tense because of the things that are happening. Like, I had no connection to these characters, and I was really bored about like halfway through this. There's a leg of this movie where it starts off really big, then peters out and crawls and gets really big again, and then crawls forever, and then hits real high again. But that's another thing. By the end of the film, I don't understand the structure of this, because this almost felt like a 4-act movie where, similar to if you watched Alien Romulus last year and other alien type films, you have like what feels like the end of the 3rd act, and then there's other 15 or 20 minutes, like the 4th act or epilogue. Maybe it's a better way to kind of tackle that. But this movie just keeps going. Like, it feels like it should have ended, and then it's not even a long movie. I don't even think it might be an hour and 40 minutes long, but it feels like a 2-hour long film, which isn't a good thing. And there feels like there's this natural logical end point, and then it just keeps going. But to me, it didn't really have anything profound to say with it continuing to go. And the whole time, by the end of this film, I'm just sitting there going, like, why did we even make this? Like, it seemed like all Leonel wanted to do was explore the transformation of this dude into a wolf, and he doesn't even turn into a wolf. He turns into this hybrid, like, weird, like, really just I don't know. He still looks like a dude. It's just, there's so much here that this movie could have been and should have been, and I wish it would have taken a different direction. And even with the direction they picked, it felt half-baked. It felt like I don't know if Leigh Whannell was forced into writing the script too quick, or, I don't really know what the disconnect was, but there is a pretty big disconnect. I am shocked that the dude who made The Invisible Man made Wolfman. That the quality is just like, Invisible Man, I thought I was getting McDonald's. I got Five Guys. And this was the exact opposite. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to have Five Guys again. They give me a big double. It's just like, I don't know. So now I'm all hit or miss on Leigh Whannell, and I'm still rooting for him and all, but I don't know. This was a disappointment. I give it a 4 out of 10. It's not a terrible movie, but whenever the bar he set with Invisible Man was fairly high, this was profoundly not that. And that was pretty disappointing. I give it, I don't know, like, I guess 2 points for some craft, the 1 point for some substance, and I'm really stretching there. I don't even know if they'd even deserve a point for any substance here. It's barely. At least they tried with the daddy-daughter stuff, even though if it didn't really work for me all that much. And then I give it a point for just raw entertainment value of me liking monster movies. But all that to say, this, Wolfman is fine. I think it'd be fine to stream one night during, October time if you haven't seen it. If you like wolf movies, it's not a bad movie. but expect a B film. Don't go into it like I was expecting like a really tightly crafted script, because the script is just, I don't know. It remains to be seen what that Abomination kind of came from. So I was disappointed. Not probably gonna watch it again. For me, 5 out of 10 is average. So it was a little below average film for me. They did some things right. All the gore and practical effects, the camera work were really, really professionally done and pretty cool, but it doesn't have much substance beyond that for me. So, if you want to see a monster flick, this is worth streaming. Other than that, I would totally skip Wolfman. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next time.